Mark, is everybody ready?
Yep.
All right. Mark, I was asking Greg about how gratifying this win was for you guys because it was almost like a mental chess match. Last year they had the chip on their shoulder, and and then again, you guys did, and then they did. So how gratifying was this win?
We knew it would be an intense game, a physical game. We knew that they would come in hungry, so we wanted to start out fast. We wanted to jump on them from the start. And I think the offense came out early and put points on the board fast. I don't think we played overall offensively how we want to play, but we got the job done. We got points on the board, and the defense played tremendous football out there. So there's definitely lots of room for improvement, but we're definitely happy with the win.
Also, too, you had a really good first half this last week. In Arkansas, you had a good second half. Greg was talking about the fact that it's going to be a scary day for your opponents when you put it all together for a complete game.
It's just, I think in this game, we really didn't have the ball much in the second half, and we had bad field position for a lot of the second half, so I don't think anybody on offense really played much in the second half. So, but definitely am looking forward to putting together a full game, complete 60 minutes. We're still looking forward to doing that as a team as well. We haven't put 60 minutes together as a complete team, so we're looking forward to doing that too.
Mark, you kind of jealous that Marquise got a pass out of the Wildcat and you have not yet?
No, I'm straight. He's 1 for 1, I'm 0 for 1, so but he put it right on the money, so he keep throwing this. As long as he keeps throwing touchdowns, we're fine.
How neat is it that y'all's starting quarterback is so successful off the field that he's up for a road scholar right now?
It just shows the type of person Greg is, the success that he has on the field, and then how successful he is off the field as well. Academically, he's always up for academic award. I can't even name all of them, but every time I turn around and look here or there, he's up for something. So it just shows the type of person he is and the type of character guy he is.
Hey Mark, how have you seen the offense evolve the past couple of weeks? Coach was mentioning it's important you guys continue to get better as you go into these big-time SEC games.
I think we've taken steps forward every single week. We still haven't put it all together yet, but there's still lots of things that we can improve on. So we're going to definitely look at the film and just keep trying to correct our mistakes and try and put together a perfect game.
Mark, what do you remember about last year's game and going against their defense? And you expect the same thing?
Yeah, they have I think 7 return starters, so it's pretty much the majority of the same players. So we know that they're going to come out hungry. We know that they've been having a good year this far. So it's going to be a challenge, another challenge for us this week. But like always, we just got to go out and prepare, practice hard, and give ourselves the best chance to have success on Saturday.
Mark, when you line up the defense like you did theirs last year, you expect them to come out and you have a bigger target on your back than maybe you did a year ago?
Definitely, I know that. Definitely, they remember how we ran the ball last year, and they're definitely going to come out with a chip on their shoulder and hungry. I know that they're always going to try and stop the run pistol. We thrive on running the ball at Alabama. We thrive on being physical and run the ball. So we know that not only them, but every team we play is going to try and stop our runs. So, but like I said, we just going to go out and practice hard all week and try and give ourselves the best chance to be successful. That's the main thing.
Hey Mark, are trips on the road a little bit more fun? You guys get to hop on a plane, fly into someone's place, stay in a hotel. Are they more fun for the team? Is it something different?
It's just us. It's just, we don't have anybody else. It's just the team. We're going into a hostile environment away. They don't like you. They don't want you to win. It's loud. So it's pretty much just, the team is just one heartbeat. That's what makes going on a away trip so special.
At the beginning of the season, there was a lot of questions at secondary, and they've really started to prove themselves. Can you talk about how the DBs, especially Robert Lester, has done?
Well, I mean, everybody was doubting them from day one, but I knew what type of players they were. They have just been sitting there waiting for their chances to shine. They're getting experience every single week. And Dre's doing a great job, Daquan's doing a great job, Robert's doing a great job, Mark's doing a great job. Everybody who's played in the secondary has just been stepping up and doing a great job this far. They're just continuing to grow, and they're continuing to get more familiar with the defense and getting more game time experience. And I think that's why they're stepping up more and more every week.
One more for Mark.
And Mark, can you talk about just Chance Warmack and how he's progressed this year? I know he had 2 key blocks on both your touchdowns.
We knew what type of Chance, we knew what type of player Chance was last year before he even really before he even started beginning to start. So he's just a big guy up there. He's always getting movement, pushing guys 4 or 5 yards back into the secondary. When he pulls, he just obliterates linebackers and whoever's in his way. So we really enjoy running behind him, and he's going to be a real special player.
Thanks, Mark.
Do you think this program is to the point where you can avoid kind of a letdown after a big win like you guys just had in Florida?
I think we're to the point now where we understand that if we go out there and execute to our potential, that we can have a big win like that week in and week out. I think this team is mature enough to understand that, if you look at the film, the game was a little bit closer than the score indicated. We didn't play the perfect game. We had a great first half, and we did a really good job of executing, within that first half. But other than that, we didn't have a great game. So, we just got to kind of look at the glass half empty as opposed to half full and just try to improve from the mistakes we made.
Have you ever been part of a game, though, where neither one of the running backs, you didn't pass it, they beat somebody 31-6? What does that say just about, I guess, about all the playmakers that you have contributed?
Well, I think I've always said this, and stats can be very misleading. I mean, the amount of yardage you have, the amount of, I guess, offensive production you have from a statistic standpoint, they can be misleading. But we had a short field majority of the night. We executed actually pretty well on offense. If you really look at it, we shut it down a little bit in the second half, and we just didn't come out and play, as well as we would like to have played in the second half. But as far as offensive production, it was pretty good. I think we feel pretty confident about where we were, and obviously we scored a lot of points against the quality opponent, and we beat them pretty handily. So stats don't always tell the tale, but in this case, they definitely don't.
Greg, would Coach McElroy, would he prefer you to maybe hook slide more often?
Probably. There was a couple times when I probably should have slid it. I just have a real problem losing yardage, and I don't know. It's just a strange nature in me, because there are times when I was running and you actually saw myself slow up on film, but I just didn't slide. I think that was going through my head. It just didn't process. But yeah, I probably need to start sliding a little bit more with the length of the season being what it is, and the amount of hits. You definitely don't want to take any hits that you don't have to take. So I've gotten a lot of grief from it, from the teammates and some guys. But next week I'll probably try to hit the ground a little earlier.
Does that fire them up though when they see you? You don't mind getting physical when you're running the ball? Is that?
You probably have to ask them that. Most of the time after a run like that, they'll come over and say something. I know a lot of people have mentioned I got up smiling a lot on Saturday after hits and stuff. I haven't watched the broadcast, but I guess they said I got up smiling, and I guess it figures in that because they'd all come over and say, take a jab at me, like get down or something like that, and I couldn't help but laugh or chuckle. But I probably need to start sliding a little bit more. Long story short, I'm just a competitive guy, and I just don't like to go down easy. So I never slid in high school, so if I'm gonna go down, I guess I try to put up a fight before I go down, right?
How gratifying was that win? Because a lot of people talked about the mental aspect of that game and how it was almost like a chess match. Last year, you guys had a chip on their shoulder. This year, they have the chip on their shoulder, and you come out and that first half, you dominated.
Right. Well, I think that was encouraging for us. The fact that we really emphasized starting fast. The week before we came out and just kind of were in a little bit of a lull. We didn't have a great warm. We had a great warm up on Saturday, which is so important to a game. We came out, we executed to a T in the first half. We did a great job of protecting the football and sustaining drives. I think for a while there we were doing a great job on third downs. I know we kind of let that slip a little bit in the second half, but we executed to everything that we wanted to do, we did in the first half. But I think as far as playing with a chip on your shoulder, I think that like we've always said, it's not about what the opponent does, it's about what we do as a team. And we went out there and we took care of business the way we know how to take care of business in the first half. It's just finishing the game next time. This week it feels like it's back and forth every week. 2 weeks ago it was emphasis on the second half finishing. This week starting fast. This week I guess we're going to try to emphasize the second half again too, but hopefully we won't get caught in the same position by coming out and having a mediocre first half.
Maybe a complete game, focusing
that
on
would be
a good
beautiful.
first half and second.
That would be beautiful if we can put together a full game. I think that when we eventually do, it's going to be very scary for our opponent. I think that we have a lot of confidence in ourselves and our ability to score fast and shut people down on defense. So we've done a great job up to this point. It's just we just need to finish the game next time, and that should go a long way to help us becoming a more complete team.
Hey, Greg, talk about this 3-game stretch. Arkansas, Florida, South Carolina. On the schedule, we felt if you guys got through this, you can't be pretty favorable for the rest of the year.
Well, it's a tough 3-game stretch. It's a time when we looked at, in the preseason we were a little nervous about, and those 3 very competitive teams, 2 of which being on the road. We understand how difficult that challenge is, and obviously anytime you play Florida, it's a big game and a difficult game. So, it's a tough 3-game stretch, but it's the SEC. You see a team like Tennessee who hasn't played their best up to this point, and they go out there and they go within 2 seconds of beating LSU, or 1 untimed down of beating LSU. So anybody can beat anybody, and I think we witnessed that firsthand. And you got to have a lot of respect for SEC teams because each one can knock the other one off.
One quick one here.
Can you talk about the Road Scholar experience and how much of an honor it would be to win that?
Well, yeah, it's a quite experience. I actually submitted my application last night. It's finished. It's formally done, and I'm just very, very pleased to kind of have that in the rearview mirror. It's been quite a tedious process, and it's been a lot of crossing the T's and dotting the I's. The application itself took a couple hours just to fill out. So, I'm very pleased to have it behind me. It's going to be quite an experience. Should I be named a finalist or have the opportunity to interview, and I'm just really looking forward to having the opportunity to go through the application process and being looked at by the Road Scrubs.
Thank you.